Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent, and this is the nightly broadcast on the EOS blockchain, about the EOS blockchain. So let me share my screen with you, and we'll get started talking about the EOS blockchain. Actually, today was a pretty good day. Those that follow EOS probably know that it took a pretty good jump here today. Gained a few $100 million market cap in just a very short period of time, in a matter of a couple of hours. So it's over $4 now. So I said last night I thought the price was going to go up, and of course it has. And I'm still hoping for a $5 price by the end of March. But that's going to be a little bit of a stretch here because we're at the 27th now, so we got the 28th, 29, 30, 31. So it's going to have to make a dollar increase, $1 billion market cap increase in the next 4 days for it to reach $5. Possible? I really don't know. I'd like to see it do that, but I'm actually very encouraged that it's made as much run as it has, because when I made that prediction, it was setting around at 330, 340. So I'm a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I was hoping $5, but anything over $4, I think is a pretty good amount of increase, especially from where it's been and where it was towards the beginning of the month. So as you can see on these graphs, it looks like everything else is going up a little bit, but of course EOS has taken a huge jump in the last few hours, latter part of this day. So, and I was looking at what is going on with EOS to make this much of a market jump. And of course, what happened yesterday was Dan Larimer came out with some news, which I think was significant in helping the price. But I was looking at the at today's news about EOS, and they're talking about this Weiss ranking XRP, EOS, Bitcoin as top current cryptocurrency projects. So I tried to do a little bit of research on Weiss. I think they've been around for a while. I think I remember them from years ago. Of course, I don't follow their newsletter, so I'm not familiar with how much people follow it or not. But if you want to go check it out, here it is. It's Dark Shadows. Oh, this is it. Weiss cryptocurrency outlook for 2019. Dark Shadows with a bright future. And it's an annual sweeping declines in market prices have cast shadows on the world of cryptocurrencies, but major improvement in industry's adoption technology point to a bright future. The annual, so this is an annual outlook for the cryptocurrency industry, Dark Shadows with a bright future, issues adoption technology. You could read it. I didn't read it. I didn't want to give them my email because I don't need any more stuff in my email. I don't know how big Weiss is. I think they're big into ranking institutions. I didn't really do a lot of research on it, but obviously it's had an effect on the market. So somebody must be reading it. So what they basically say, and I think they have some good points here. It says, and I'm going to read right here. I'm going to read this paragraph right here. Since prices have fallen so dramatically, many people assume that real-world adoption of cryptocurrencies must have done the same, but the data shows this isn't the case. An important segment of the industry enjoys remarkable growth in on-chain transaction volume, network capacity, and network security, often powered by an evolution of the underlying technology. So what they're saying is that even though the market has gone down, the actual what would you say? The actual activity of these cryptocurrencies has improved significantly. So the activity and the amount of what they do has improved substantially in the last year as the market's gone down, which is a nice place to be. So when people are overly optimistic and they are overbuying the market and there is a lot of hype and not so much news, and people are just buying because somebody said that the taxi cab driver said it was a good idea, whatever they say, that's the time not to buy. But the time to buy is when nobody's buying and things are happening, and that's what's going on right now. So you got the perfect buying market. The report went on to rank, and I'm reading right here, the report went on to rank top cryptocurrencies with the best combination of technology adoption. XRP took first place, with EOS and Bitcoin rounding up the top three. EOS, Cardano, Steam, Neo, Zcash, Litecoin, Stellar also placed in the top 10. For the Weiss rankings, although the Weiss ranking did not take into account investor risk, and okay, they talk about some of this stuff, Let's read the basically the high stuff here. XRP, of course, XRP is supposed to take the place of Swift, which we all know Swift is an outdated model for moving cash around. It takes forever to move stuff on Swift, which is the way banks right now move money. Despite lower prices early 2000, our rankings model gives us hard evidence that a critical segment of the cryptocurrency industry has shown remarkable growth in user transaction volume, capacity, and network security. Equally important is our finding that these improvements are often powered by an evolution of the underlying technology. And this is where I wanted to read. According to the analysis published to the Weiss report, which examined the growth of daily users transaction between February 2018 and February 2019, top 10 cryptocurrencies, EOS, Tron, both made substantial gains. EOS saw its dramatic user transaction rise from 7,000 per day to 4.8 million. And Tron seeing a similar meteoric during meteoric. I always have a word that trips me out. Meteoric. So like meteor coming down from the space. Meteoric. Rise during that time span of 3,000 to 1.9 million. WX coin and BitShares also made substantial leaps in daily call volume, with the former jumping from some essentially 0 to 4.4 million. So transactions are going up in the millions, and they're coming from the thousands. So people are using these blockchains. And of course, we know because we see people on the blockchains all the time. So these blockchains are getting used, and the price is very, very depressed. Price has been substantially lower than it has been for a while. Some of these cryptocurrencies are off 90%, 95%, while transactions and the activity is up substantially. The amount of dApps and everything going on is increased, improved. We are getting ready to see some killer dApps happen. There's enough time passed that people are going to start making some killer dApps. When you start seeing some killer dApps applications on these blockchains like EOS, I don't know about Ethereum because Ethereum obviously has scalability issues. But when you see that one killer app that just takes off, and we don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them out there right now. We're one of them with the challenge application. We'd love to see that take off. But when you see some killer application take off that's getting some serious usage, some serious people using it, some all over the world using it, some technology like that, you're going to really see this thing take off. You're going to see the price go up exponentially very, very quickly. And I think I read in one of the other articles that this jump just took a few hours. So you could add a few hundred, 400 or 500 million in market cap in just a few hours. So that's the way crypto works. Crypto works when it goes up substantially. Like I said the other night, when it goes up, it'll take off. It'll really take off. So this market is primed for a big takeoff. You can see today that there's a lot of pent up buying with the way EOS took off. I mean, 11% in 24 hours. 8% in the last 7 days. Where do you get those? Where do you get those returns? Give me anything else. That's giving 11, 12% in a 24-hour period. There's nothing in the stock market that's doing that. There's nothing in the bond market. There's nothing in currencies. There's nothing you can find to do that. So the blockchain is where it's at. The blockchain is what's happening. And the blockchain is where you're going to see significant improvements, or you're going to see some significant appreciations. But you got to be in it in order to see those appreciations. I believe $4 EOS is pretty cheap. I believe that anybody gets in at these prices will never get hurt over the long haul, over the long run, especially given the technology and the activity. And that's what the Weiss report was talking about, technology and activity. Those are what's keeping these prices going up higher, and they will continue to keep going higher as things start to be developed and things are being built. And they are being built, believe me. We're seeing it ourselves. So anyway, a pretty good day today. I hope everybody took advantage of the opportunity to make about 10% in 24 hours, 11%, 12% in 24 hours. That's a pretty nice payday. If you bought recently, you probably had a pretty good day. If you bought a long time ago and you're holding on, well, we're getting closer to where we were. And I think we're going to surpass those. So I think in a very short period of time, hopefully by the end of the year, everybody will be in the green as far as EOS is concerned. Everybody that's bought in the previous time, in the last year or before, last 2 years actually, since the time that the ICO or the ICO is offered. If you've been in any of those periods of time, you've done very well. Only those people that bought in at the very high probably still are waiting for some profits, but I think those profits will be coming someday, very soon. Thank you very much for listening.